So one of the things that people ask us a lot is, what do you do differently and why should I choose you? We're a husband and wife team. We both have grown up in the Valley and we've raised our kids here. And so I think that makes us unique. But he wasn't always with me. So in 2022, he retired from the sheriff's office as an investigator. And he kind of spent a little bit of time enjoying retirement. And then winter came and he was like, what am I going to do? And so he decided to go get his real estate license. And upon doing that, I was like, hey, I've talked to some other couples and I'm like, what is it like working with your spouse? And maybe we should team up. And so that's kind of come into play. And so we're super excited to be teaming up and working together. And I just think the knowledge that he has from his career in law enforcement, along with the generations of living that my family's done here in the Valley, brings so much experience and knowledge to the field.
As I was nearing retirement from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, I was thinking about what I was going to do once I retired. Initially, I thought it would just be great just to boat and golf and fish and do all the things that I would do when I was able to do when they were retired. But it got to the point where I'm too young to do nothing. And I just always had an interest in real estate. Jen had been in it for almost, I think at that time, 8 years, almost 9 years. And I just thought that it was just the next step for me to keep busy and get my real estate license. I would always see my wife challenged by the industry, by the business. She always had fun doing it, and it just seemed like it was something that was, for her, it was challenging because her personality is, she's a go-getter. She just likes to get after things, and she doesn't take no for an answer. And I was kind of inspired by her mentality and her mental toughness when it came to real estate, because some parts of the gig is not easy, and I understand that. And coming from my law enforcement career, I definitely know what it's like to deal with difficult people, and she did it with grace. And I thought, well, it just seems like something that I would fit in well with her. So that's why I did that. As an investigator with the Sheriff's Office, my job was to not just investigate crimes, that's primarily the function of an investigator, but also to be able to relate and communicate and be able to empathize and sympathize with victims. And clearly we had to interview suspects and be able to kind of put suspects at ease. And granted, mind you, we're working cases that were heinous and gruesome at times, and obviously situations were very difficult for victims and for their families. And so as an investigator, it wasn't just about investigating crimes. It was about kind of putting it together in a way that you were sensitive to families and victims, and to be able to get suspects to ultimately come to either a conviction or even confessing a crime. So that was always a challenging and fun part of the job for me. And now I investigate buying and selling decisions on behalf of my clients or people that are looking to buy a home.
On, Sundays when I'd go out to do an open house or show property, he'd wonder, what was my day like and how long was I going to be? And eventually that led into us buying a couple houses to flip. And so that really piqued his interest in the real estate market. We've been together since 1989. We were sophomores in high school. My husband to me is just like a rock. He's been like the, supporter. He worked 27 years with the Sheriff's Office, and I got to stay home with our babies and raise our kids because of his career. And so he's been the leader of our family. And so I'm just super excited to kind of go on this next venture with him. I think he's known best for his love of coffee. And, he's got a pretty great witty personality, and he loves the San Francisco Giants. So he's a big sports guy.
My wife is known for her ability to adapt and to be good at what she does and everything she does. I've been inspired by her tenacity and her willingness to learn and do this job at the next level. And she's very successful. She obviously is a broker at the Ontario now, and so she's done very well for herself. And so it's just fun to see her grow in that way. My only goal for each client is really just to help them find what they're looking for, whether that's an investment property or their first home, or just to buy or sell a piece of property. I'm not in it for anything other than just to kind of keep busy and help people achieve their dreams. Most couples, when working together, they seem to kind of have a challenge to being together because that's all they do is be together. But us, we just love being together. Everything we do is together. We've been married for 31 years, together for, I think, 34, 35 years. So all we know is each other. And so that's why it works for us.
So today, what our business looks like is he kind of handles a lot of the showings, and I'm, I shouldn't say a lot of them, but we kind of split. We just split, divide and conquer, I guess, the showings when they come in. And so he'll take a couple if I have meetings, because I'm the broker at the business, and so I also have meetings that I have to do for corporate. And so some days I'm just stuck in the office with meetings. And so he's able to go out and show property. And then together we work through the contracts and the paperwork and stuff like that. So as a matter of fact, we just had two brothers come to town that actually found me on YouTube, and they both were coming into town with their families for the whole weekend. And so we just, I went with one of the brothers and he went with the other brother, and we actually both wrote offers on properties and have worked those together. So I think what he's going to bring and what he does bring to our team is that, again, the knowledge of the area, and his strength is, he's just a people person. He's been around people, working in his career his whole life. And so it's a people business, and he'll just be a huge benefit to our team. I think together in the future, we can just grow our business to the extent that we want to. We want to have, of course, a work-life balance. We have a couple grandkids that we love spending time with, and so we also love to travel. So it's not that we want to spend our whole lives working, but really, we want to put our heads to the grindstone for a few years and kind of work towards what that retirement life might look like for us. So I'm super excited to, work the next few years in real estate and just see what the future holds for us.
My name is Nate, and I'm a real estate agent with Intero.
My name's Jen Almeida with Intero Real Estate. I'm a wife, a mom, a grandma, and a broker.